welcome to the show. We are a long way back on the grid this Forza Motorsport race. Actually, we're not as far back on the grid as I thought we were, but still. We're racing some A-Class cars. However, the rules for this was they were not allowed to run slicks. So no one here is on slick tyres, which is normally the go-to. Whoa! Yeah, that's unfortunate for us. So slick tyres are the go-to for just about everybody. For just about every scenario, really. They are just so much fun. Or race tyres, I should say, because you wouldn't be on slicks in these conditions. But, just about every race would do, you will want the race tyres. They are just so much faster. By forcing everyone to use something different, well, it brings a whole different... well, hopefully, in theory, a whole different selection of vehicles potentially being fast. Now, I was planning on using a Lotus Esprit V8, and over the holiday season, I was not around to level it up and forgot about the need to do that, and I've ended up having to build a Saleen quickly because it was a car I did have leveled up that I haven't driven recently. Now, this is built, it's built interestingly. This is very much a grip car. Whoa, which around Mid-Ohio is good, in the rain is good. I say a grip car. We can't run slicks, of course, but we have got pretty big sport tyres. We're relatively light and don't have a crazy amount of power. And I know the S1 is pretty fast in this game. The Mono is having all manner of twitchy, wiggly, uncomfortable moments. We are going to go and fire the car up the inside. Unfortunately for me, I was trying not to run into the TVR in front of me that does seem to be struggling. I don't want to be on the outside of a 3 wide. Instead, I'll cut back and get to the inside of a 3 wide. Steve stays on the road. That TVR is very wiggly. We are not amazingly fast in a straight line. I know that. The Mid-Ohio is less important. That is much less important than outright grip. Okay, yes, there are a couple of straights here, and having that power can be helpful. It's difficult to pass in the twisty sections on this circuit, but for the... well, probably 2/3 of the lap are very technical, so you are going to want that grip. Now, I'm a little bit worried about the TVR getting past us before the next corner. The Porsche is looking like it's going to want to try and defend. It's not going to be able to defend well enough. The TVR thinks about it, but just cannot. It's not going to be able to outbrake us. We're going to try and send it to the inside, not push the Porsche out. I was trying to brake as late as I dare to fight past that Porsche. We'll go around the outside at the top of the hill. So there are some interesting sort of PI drop cars. I think the Saleen that I'm driving starts off right at the very top of A-Class, although with the engine swap in it, putting the i5 in it, does drop it down a little bit, so I do get a bit to play with. It's also ballasted up fully, so I could get all of the parts I wanted on it, like brakes and suspension and gearbox, etc. So, I mean, it's heavier than an S1 would start out with, about £2,800. It does mean it's got 50-50 weight distribution, so it's kind of worked out. It's a very nice car to drive, actually, considering what we're up against here. You know, most of these vehicles, A-Class, you'd be running slicks on, or the race tyres. This still doesn't drive too badly. I did have to tune out a fair bit of understeer from it. It was quite understeering naturally. I don't think Longbow realised there was a car having a good run on the inside down there. We are going to try and hop up the inside. Problem is, I saw how fast that RX-8 was. So Ninetails front in that Mercedes has also got a similar route to me in... Okay, admittedly mine's not quite kind of a PI drop. Ninetails is a PI drop, so I can see Longbow's name on the screen, and that's what's making me... Whoa, read that one. There was a gap for a Saleen, but it was only just Saleen... Well, it was barely Saleen-sized, and then it stopped being a Saleen size, so ran out of that one. Right. The RX-8 is monstrously fast down a straight, but it will not handle anywhere near as well as we do. I'm hoping... Can we punch it? Not quite up the inside through there. Thing is, though, because we're now starting to get stuck in the traffic, whereas that Mazda and Longbow are going to have a kerfuffle. We're going to fire our car back past. Oh, no. I don't want any of that. I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, this is a thunderstorm conditions. This is about as wet as the track gets. So no one has a huge amount of grip. I want to be far enough away from the RX-8 that we don't get passed down the back straight, so that we can kind of focus on trying to find a way past long. I feel like our car is very fast here. We have just been stuck in... I mean, we had a terrible start. We basically dropped to the back because we got tangled with a Subaru. So winning was always going to be difficult when you lose that much time early on. Longbow slides the Lincoln Co. out of that corner. What can we do? I mean, where are we going to find a way past? Turn 1, we're quick on the way in, we're relatively quick on the way out. Everybody's on the edge of grip through there. Oh, we had a little wheel on the dirt. Longbow is going to sort of park it sensibly down there. I'm looking to the outside. I know I'm not going to get around the outside, Longbow. I'm going to try and cut underneath for the exit. Last time we got the squeeze. Last time we let the lesson try to go around the outside of the Lincoln Co. We ended up on the dirt. But I think Longbow's just going to hold on to it for now. Longbow's got the acceleration in that and will come across to cover. That's understandable. Is aware of the Saleen's sort of grip that we've got going on. Ninetales is battling away with Heiko's Porsche. There's a big fight going on. The leaders haven't got that far away. There's a big fight going on for the leaders. Actually, a whole bunch of different cars are in the fight here. Where are we going to find a way past? I mean, we've got good speed here. I'm having to wait a little bit to get on the throttle because I'm basically helping Longbow through the corner. Not quite made contact, but essentially helping Longbow through the corners. Longbow's ran a little bit wide. There was half a gap. I tried to shove the nose up the inside, couldn't do it. It just didn't quite exist for long enough for us to look for a way past there. We cannot find a way through. Now, we're quick through this bit. Can I dive to the inside of the final corner? No, I can't quite. Longbow is aware of that manoeuvre. Covers that one. Around the outside is unlikely to work. Now, I'm not trying to get to the inside here. I'm trying to get to the inside of the actual final corner. If we can get an overlap of some sort. Because even if we find a way past into turn 1, which we are going to send the Saleen here, Longbow's trying to hold that out wide. It's still going to hold on just. Even if I get clear here, it's going to be very difficult for me to catch any of the cars ahead, even if we have got pace. Now, around the outside of Longbow we go. We'll try and pinch Longbow down to the bottom. This time, we are going to have the grip to make it work, but I cannot shut the door. We haven't got an overlap to close the door on the Lincoln Co. down here, and Longbow has the straight line speed to go and fire back past again. We're going to have to get very brave somewhere around here. Oh, Longbow might struggle to make this corner now. Now we are to the inside of the turn where we really want to be on the inside. Longbow's going to try and cut back. That's okay. We are going to have enough speed and enough grip to be able to put our Saleen where we want it to be. Brazen has got to the front of the field. Oh, God, I don't know how much pace we have. I don't really know how much pace we have in here because we have been stuck in the fights pretty much all race. Lincoln Co. is right there behind having a look. I mean, my car works very well here. I suspected a bigger, faster circuit, we may come a little bit more undone here. But, yeah, around this stroll, I've gone a bit too deep into the final corner. We've overdriven that one. We might be able to, though, hold this because we're going to be now on the inside for what would be the... I stopped the final corner, got one more lap to go. Never mind. Okay, we still got work to do on fighting off Longbow here, who now they've kind of got behind us, has settled into a rhythm and is going pretty quickly. We were good through turn 1. Now, if we can build... I say we can build the gap. We can't really build much of a gap, unfortunately. Oh, let's get slowed for the hairpin. Now, we are potentially going to be vulnerable at the end of the straight, especially as got a little bit of a slide mid-corner. The Link is going to want to look for a way past. I'm not giving them the inside. There's going to be no room on the inside for you. You are going to have to look around the outside, and my goal will be just to run in here fast enough that Longbow cannot get around the outside, and indeed they can't. I gave them room. Longbow ran wide on their own on that one, not by much. Oh, my little arrow stopped working. The proximity arrow stopped working momentarily. We are clear. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Heiko. There is a car off in the gravel, but I think that is a lap down cut. Nope, that was Brazen. The leader was in the gravel. Now, I don't know whether that was a technical difficulty or whether something else went on. I thought Brazen was clear up at the front, so I don't know quite what's happened in all of that. Gliska's got back to the lead of the race. we've had a good sort of mid-sector of this lap. Final lap's going to be a monster for me here. We've caught to Heiko, but it is too little, too late. There's a KTM, Grumples out wide. It was hard fought for at the front. We will cross the line in 5th, but we had some pace. When we got it right, we had some real pace in that car. Me and Ninetails into the 37s around there. Couldn't quite match Ninetails' Mercedes. But yeah, I'll say, considering how bad the start went, we fell down. We were basically last, I think, at one point. To pull ourselves back up to 5th, I'm pretty damn happy with that one. Yeah, I liked the Saleen there. It was strong. It was strong around that circuit. It might not be everywhere, but around there it worked very, very nicely indeed. We head to the Grand Oak Raceway for our second race. Ooh, we are a long way back this time. Hopefully we can have a good start with this Saleen. We have a better start really than last time. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to be to the outside. Rogue's going to get stuck in the middle of that. That's not where you want to be. Vante sent a Renault to the inside. We're going to the Renault's going to understeer towards us. It's always a risk. Trying to take that wide line is a big risk, because if someone does get some understeer on the inside of you, it is going to be troublesome times. But we fight our way through this first section relatively well. I'm not going to have anywhere to go here. Whoa, there's a sideways Supra. We'll straighten that one up. Oh, there's an MX-5 pointing backwards. I don't know what happened there, and I've got to take avoiding action again as shenanigans has gone on. I don't know what occurred. I'm going to guess somebody drifted out a bit wide, tagged the rear of a car, and it went round in front of the pack, which is never good. But yeah, we lost time. We got away with that, all things considered. Once again, it's probably been a better start than the first race, to be honest with you. Although this track maybe suits my car a little less than Mid-Ohio. I mean, it is. The Saleen is just phenomenally good in the corners. We're going to look to the outside of everyone here. And I'm hoping, with everyone battling, unfortunately I've run into Stevie, because otherwise I think I could, well, there's so much grip in the Saleen. We have just gone round the outside of absolutely everybody through there. That's 4 cars I got in one corner. And I could have got Stevie had there been a bit more room. Longbow is at the front of this group, and the McLaren is going to be monstrously fast down a straight, but he's not going to stop for turn 1. I saw that one coming. I thought we'd let it go through and not fight it there. I found Longbow again. I like the livery on the Corvette, but can I go around the outside of a... No, I can't go around the outside of a Stevie there. That's asking a little bit too much of the S1. For a non-race tired car, this thing does handle very, very well. We've got a great exit again. This time we are alongside the Aston Martin, but can I get past? I might be able to do this under brakes. So can I get past before the Aston Martin's power kicks in and it just cruises past us in a straight line? But we are through. Now, we are on a tight line on that inside, so we've always got to be a little bit aware. However, Stevie's just not quite able to carry the same level of speed that we were. Right, Corvette time. Try and find a way past that. That's backed into that corner at a weird angle. I'm going to do the same thing again, I think, here. We're just going to send it in with a lot of speed, and we can go clean around the outside. Oh god, Longbow lost the rear end mid-corner. That's terrifying. I saw that happening, and I was at the limit of grip, and there was no... If Longbow... Thankfully, we were far enough ahead that as Longbow caught the slide, it didn't head towards us. There's only so much that we can do, ultimately. We're going to force Longbow to go the long way round into turn 1. Now, because me on a tight line, I've got to be careful that I don't just understeer through. I understeer wide on that first corner. Thankfully, I slowed it down enough. It was sensible. Liam is leading the way. I mean, we are about 5 seconds away again from the leaders. From starting where we were on the grid, it was always going to be super difficult for us to actually win this race. You can see the grip that we've got. That wasn't even a good line through that corner. I should have gone out wider, really, through there to try and maximise. Through that corner, I turned in for the first part, and I just held full steering lock the whole way round. I just managed it with the throttle. I'm not sure that's the fastest way through that corner, but it worked. Didn't have a very good run down the bottom of the hill there. That was a little bit scruffy from me. Can we catch? It is Shadow with a Sylvia and Hayden with a Corvette up ahead. Can we catch them? I mean, they're going to fight each other. This corner here is where I make a lot of lap time up, I think. Although it's weird, actually, now I can go to a more normal line. That was better when I was trying to go around the outside of everybody. Now I got to a normal line, my brain goes, I don't know what to do now. I've not done this corner like that before. Can we catch the Sylvia and the Corvette before the end of the race? I think we stand a good chance. I think we might struggle to get on the podium in this, although it does depend, of course, what goes on in the race, what goes on with the battles. I can be faster through turn 1 than that. Come on, got to be braver. If I want to get the podium, I'm going to have to be braver than that. I'm hoping they'll slow each other down in battles, but at the moment it's looking, I say, unlikely. Come on, get that power down through here. Have a little tiny lift mid-corner. God, I mean, you wouldn't know this car wasn't on race tyres. That's how much grip this thing has. Certainly, in comparison to this field. I mean, the straight line speed isn't great, but it's not horrific. We're not getting left for dead by everything, which is really helpful. Which is really helpful. The Corvette has moved up to 4th place now. Ewan's in 3rd. I can tell the livery from a mile. I don't know what car Ewan's driving, but you can tell the gold and green, really. I'm not close enough. Well, next lap I might be able to go and do. I mean, it's the patented Saleen pass, basically, at this circuit. It's just around the outside of everybody through the sort of penultimate corner. I mean, we're easy flat through there. They're going side by side. They're having to check up. They're having to lift. Now, they're going to probably start pulling on me a little bit towards turn 1. That's fine. Let them do their little battle. Here comes the Saleen of Grip. The Saleen of Grip is here to try and go around the outside of everybody again. That's a little ambitious from me. It might still work, though, because they're going to check up and going to get stuck. And we're going to have... Oh, Corvette did not know I was there, I don't think. Which is probably understandable, because you are just not going to expect my vehicle to turn up in the places that it does. Corvette, we're going to go the long way round. If you want to do it, go for it. But you're going to have to try to go around the outside of probably the grippiest car here by the looks of it. And we can get on the power. Now, Shadow, I know what my plan is against the Sylvia. I know what I want to do. We're running out of laps to catch Ewan, but we are closing in on Ewan. Alright, we've got to deal with a BMW. That's a little bit unfortunate for me. Now, can I go around the outside? Well... yeah, it's a little... Actually, we should... Back marker should have been ghosted. Maybe I must have forgot to turn that on. I do apologise to Shadow. It's really affecting Shadow more than anything. Yeah, back marker should have been ghosted. That is a setting that is normally turned on. We run away from the Corvette in all of this now, so we're not going to have to worry about that. 2 laps to go. Can we find a way... Oh, I've done that wrong. I was setting... Yeah, actually braking too much. Way too much. There's so much more speed through there than I took that time around. We both... Me and Shadow are catching Ewan. So this may well be the battle for the last step on the podium. I think if I get this, I think if I get the lap correct by car is the fastest car here. Certainly it's close between me, Liam, and I think it's a Speed Slap that are up at the front. So we've got real pace here again, actually, which I'm pleasantly surprised about. Gotta remember how aggressive we can be with this car. Ewan is going to be feeling under threat soon. We are catching that BRZ fairly rapidly here. Shadow has eked out a little bit of a margin this lap around. Although, yeah, we know the Sylvia's not as good here. We are going to do the same manoeuvre to Shadow that we've done to everybody today. Nope, can't do it. Shadow's actually going to hold us through there. I wanted to go around the outside. Oh, just tag the back of the car. That's going to, unfortunately, frustratingly, that might put us in a little bit of difficulty. Ewan's not very fast down the straights, which I'm not going to be. I don't think we're going to be close enough to do anything about Ewan. Okay, we'll run it in as fast as I dare into turn 1. It is absolutely monstrously quick for us here. Can I sneak up the inside of Shadow? No, we can't. Not here, not yet anyway. Ewan may get away with this. Can we look around? I mean, the outside here is a difficult place to go. I don't actually want to go around the outside because that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to cut underneath for the exit. Get the move completed on the Sylvia. Now, we know it's going to be quick down the straight, so I've got to defend This is what Ewan wants to see, because if we're fighting each other, we're probably not able to go catching the BRZ. Oh, that was millimetres away from disaster for me. The back end wanted to let go. I'm going to make it very clear to Shadow that we are going to defend the inside through here. Make Shadow go the long way round. I don't think Shadow's going to be able to carry the speed through here to be close enough into the final corner. We know we're pretty... Although we know Shadow's car actually wasn't bad through here. Shadow is actually a lot closer than I would have liked, although slides a lot on the exit. Liam and Speed Slapper up at the front have remained very, very close together. I can see a Sylvia getting closer in the background, but it's not going to be enough. We take 4th. Whew. Good race. Good race indeed, and we did get fastest lap. Just. Liam's DBS would be a 20.1. The 911 was a 20.2. We were at a 20.0. Guys, McLaren actually was in the 20s as well, as was Trev Sylvia quicker too. Few cars going quickly around there. Gliska's Camaro, they're stuck in traffic. Yeah, one more lap and Ewan might have been in trouble. One more lap and we might have been able to get Ewan. But, yeah. That was good fun. That was actually another really, really enjoyable race. Couldn't quite get it on the podium, but I'll take 12 places gained. We head to Indy for our final race. It looks like I'm in the middle of the grid again. Yeah, we've not had any amazing spots on the grid, but 11th isn't too bad. If we can just get around lap 1 in a relatively calm manner, that would be lovely. Now this circuit is probably not going to be the best for me particularly. This track is a lot faster than some of the previous ones that we have done, so we're going to sit around the outside. Oh god, I've got a kitten in the way. Okay, I can't actually see my car at the moment. I am having to guesswork where stuff is. Dagon, you've woken up at the worst time possible. Thankfully, she has now moved off to the side. So yeah, I'm going to struggle with straight line speed. We know that's going to be an issue. The thing, okay, we're going to have immense grip. That's great. The thing with the Saleen is, while it is slow down the straights, it's not as slow as you might think, and that's what's made it so good in this, is that while it does struggle a little bit for straight line speed, it isn't so horrifically useless down the straights that it can't be competitive. So I'm hoping actually at Indy we might still not be too bad. Speed Beast and Heiko have got connected. We are going to profit from that. When we're just grabbing places where we can. You can see how much earlier on the throttle I can get and stuff around me. Can I get to the inside of the Corvette here? Not quite. We may be able to dive here, though, on the Corvette. We're expecting to be better under brakes, and we are. I've just got to be... The thing is, I can be better under brakes than most of the cars around me. However, I've got to be careful I don't dive into the Aston Martin, for example, and on the power we go. I wanted to get to the inside. The Lotus is struggling. The MG is all sorts of struggling. God, the MG is very slow mid-corner. Liam's going to sneak past on the outside. Christ, the MG is fast. There was just this howl of a car that I couldn't quite figure out what it was. The MG is off. That's a little rocket ship. But, yeah, it doesn't have the corner grip to go with that speed. Oh, Corvette got very close to our rear bumper. The back end almost let go through there. God, the MG sounds like a Formula 1 car. I don't know what engine that's got in it. Maybe it's got... It might have a Ferrari V8, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to the MG, and I think it is a Ferrari V8 that's got in it. But it is an absolute rocket ship down the straights. But then it's going to have to try and deal with this next section. Well, this is where we are strong, where we can brake super late on compared to the cars ahead. I was a little bit too late there myself. I don't know what Bacon is driving up at the front. Liam's going to sneak past Shadow there. We're going to try. Problem is, we'll get alongside and then off goes Shadow again with that MG, although slightly run out of space to do anything about Liam. Oh, I should have gone for the dive on the MG. It won't matter too much whether we get it there or whether we get it here, because we will clear it, no problem at all. Right, we are up to 6th. It won't matter in terms of the MG will be passed by turn 1, but hopefully we can gradually... hopefully we can pass it earlier in the lap next time around. Hopefully it can go trouble Liam. I don't really want to get stuck behind it. That's the concern bit for me, is that if Liam can get too much of a break here, it will make life awkward for me. Well, we're going to try now go around the outside of Shadow, which we do complete now. It's Aston Martin versus Aston Martin up in front between Liam and Stevie. We just tap the curb and it just slides us about a smidge. God damn, don't let this be another race where a podium escapes us again. We're kind of close, but not close enough. Oh, bloody hell. The little rocket ship's turned up. I feel like I want to dive bomb it from back here. We almost could, because we have got the mid-corner speed that we are still going to be alongside. I don't know if Shadow is expecting us to be there. We are past now, and we are up into 6th. Oh, God, can we get on the power soon enough? We need to not have that MG keep getting past us. Hopefully we can find a way past Stevie. Not going to be close enough right now to go for a big dive. We get the car stopped. I see an arrow go wide. That's going to be surely the MG having issues. So the RX-8 is... the RX-8 was leading the way. That's been gradually slipping back. So the Supra leads from a McLaren F1, I believe. We are battling away with Stevie here. Who is faster in a straight line of the pair of us. I'm going to guess the Aston Martin will be once it gets going, which it does a little bit, but it's a lot closer match to my pace than some of the other cars have been here so far. We will go for the dive into turn 1. We will get the Saleen stopped, and we will move up a position. Right. Can we go after the RX-8? I mean, I think we probably can, especially if it's going to fight with Liam. We bobble the curb a little bit, but that's fine. Liam is... I mean, say Liam's a target. We know that Aston's fast because we've been following it. Although if they get stuck fighting with the RX-8, it'll help us. But the RX-8, of course, with all the straight line speed that it has, we don't want to be near it by the time it comes to the finish line because it will win a drag race if a battle comes down to that. I mean, I certainly can't match McLaren F1 and a Supra for straight line speed. I'm going to guess they've got, well, they will have way more power. We have just shy of 400 horsepower in this, which is low on power for this field of cars. Certainly low in terms of straight line speed in this field of cars. Even at this track, the Saleen is still very, very capable. Baker's going to send her. That's not going to work down there. It was never really going to be a big enough gap. You see, I've got the pace to get underneath the RX-8. It won't matter because we have to lift mid-corner. Of course, a lot of our pace now evaporates when we're stuck fighting because I can't use all the track. I can't put my car where I want it to go. Ewan is busy battling away with Stevie behind us. We're not going to be having a look into turn 1. It's more about the exit of turn 1 that we are going to want to be doing a potential overtake on. Not going to be close enough this time around. We're quick through here, but again, as soon as the power goes down... Oh, we got connected. God damn it, couldn't pull the cars away, and now I've got to get myself out of the way of everybody that's coming through. Yeah, we just got the splitter caught on the back of the RX-8 and couldn't pull the car clear. The Shelby's going to try to go around the outside. I reckon I can actually still outbrake that, which we can. We've got to as well. That's the thing. We really have got to outbrake these cars. Well, our chances of podium are now gone. 4th may still be possible. The RX-8 isn't that much further down the road, but we've got 2 laps to do it in. That's going to be quite difficult there. But you never know, and we're going to have to deal with the MG again, the very, very annoying MG. Slow the Saleen down for these next couple of corners. I don't know what Ninetales is. I mean, Ninetales is in the Mustang. I'm going to presume that thing is a rocket down the straight, or more a rocket down the straight than we are anyway. Right. Hey, Shadow. You do you. We're in a very different race in some ways to you. As long as we don't slow each other down, it's fine. You can go off and annoy Ewan at turn 1 if you like. Because the MG's quite light, it's probably not too bad at just stopping. It's just mid-corner speed is where the MG sucks, essentially. Right, oh no, got that one wrong. I wanted to try to go around the outside of the MG, but I got it wrong, trying to set the car up for that. I could fire it to the inside through here, but it won't matter too much, because again, as soon as the traction goes, And this is, I say, the difficult part. Once you get stuck like this, we are always going to be potentially vulnerable. Ninetales is going to have a look to the inside. Ninetales has got the acceleration, but we will just fire it straight back past again, because we've got the brakes and the grip to do that. Yeah, I mean, Ninetales left a gap, and we are going to make the most of that when the opportunity arises. Now, we are right on the tail of that MG. Can I send... I don't really think I can send it from miles... I can't send it from miles back here because we're just not close enough, although Shadow's had to lift through here. Oh, I thought about it, couldn't do it. Nope, got a bit too brave. See, I thought Shadow was out of position and we could sneak it, but we were asking just too much of the car there to try and make that one work. Nah, it was overdriving, trying to make up for earlier mistakes, essentially, and that never goes well, really. I think Shadow was wide under brakes as well at that point as we were trying to find our way, but it's just... yeah, it's a frustrating race. It was always likely to be with the Saleen. If you're in clean air, it can be very, very fast, but when you're stuck in the traffic and having to deal with everything else, it is difficult. It is difficult to make the progress that you want it to be able to do, really. But there we go. Can we get past Shadow on this lap? That is the real question. See, we can make it awkward. And my entire goal there is I know I'm not passing Shadow. Right, I know I'm not passing Shadow into that chicane, but the goal is to slow down the MG by making it too wide. Shadow had to lift. Shadow had to be careful down there. Can we send the car in around the outside here? We can. And if I can get ahead by here, I think the MG is going to struggle to be close enough for the run to the line. That's the goal, at least, in all of this, is to just be far enough away that in the sprint to the line, the MG cannot quite get close enough. Because Shadow won't be able to be flat all the way through that corner. We will get stopped. And we can be flat through the final corner as well, which a lot of cars here can't. So we'll be far enough away from... yeah, we'll be far enough away from the MG rocket ship. But a scruffy race from me. Disappointed in my own driving, to be honest with you. Could have and should have been much, much better in that. A little bit of impatience against the RX-8, just a little error from me, a little misjudgment from me, bumped the RX-8 and set us down a bad trajectory in that one. Don't think I really had an answer. Don't think I had an answer for Liam. I think we were. I think there was a little bit. I think we could have got into the mid-30s. I think the 30.5, 30.8 we could have done. Don't think we could have done a 30.0 had I got everything together. But yeah, I like the S1. I do very much like the S1 for this. As in terms of a challenge, in terms of a build, in terms of these regulations, the S1 worked very well. Yeah, a little bit frustrating, a little bit scruffy for me in the final race. But even though the track was really not what the Saleen should have been good at, I think it could. Ultimately, it was incredibly fast in the corners, and while it lost time down the straights, it wasn't as much as a lot of the time when I have handling cars. Pretty much. Yeah, I liked that vehicle. Hordes did take a victory in the end with the Supra. Liam got to second with Car Guy getting the McLaren onto the podium. But yeah, good fun race, good fun session actually. Enjoy. It's always interesting when you take away the usual meta, if you like, for building of the vehicles. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up on our Discord. Find the Versa Community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That though is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.